Is back and hotter. Love is back and hotter than ever. Season 10 of Ready to Love is turning up the drama, passion, and surprises as singles search for real connections. Host Thomas Miles is here. So tell us, what can we expect this season?
This is season 10. All right, this is season 10 in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. We all know about Philly, and it's a great breed of people up there. And listen, man, this right here, this show is going to be different. Let me tell you why. We're gonna jumpstart though. We're gonna jumpstart this season, all right, with our first, and I will be officiating this, our first Ready to Love wedding, episode 1, officiated by yours truly.
The wedding in the first episode was a real tearjerker. Tell us more about it.
But you know what's good is to see something like that as you enter this journey, and that's the first thing you see. So guess what? Now your mind is all on, you know what? I want that. I want that. And I want it genuine. I want mine to be real. I want exactly what I just saw. And it gets people started on their journey saying, all right, let's go for it. I'm finna find me a man. I'm finna find me a good lady. And they're off to the races, man. So we got 2 firefighters on this particular season. One male, one female. We got an old school Philadelphia block party. You don't want to miss that. And of course you got me, nephew Tommy, throwing curveballs every week just to keep everybody on their toes.
And the winery you were at was so beautiful. Tell us about it.
Yeah, beautiful winery, man, and on the outskirts of Philly. You never see these places. You always hear about these places. And to actually be on one and to see it, you're like, okay, I'm looking at an orchard. I'm looking at grapes, and to be able to see it, it's just beautiful.
Tell us about the other couples. What was it like watching them get to know each other, especially with the competition aspect?
It gets tense. It gets tense because what you have your eye on, somebody else has their eye on the same thing, So everybody's got to step up. And that's the beauty of the journey, is if you now you have to be intentional about what you're trying to do. You can't let it just come to you, or there's so many people that in their past, it just comes to them, beautiful men or beautiful women just roll up on you and start talking to you. That's no, not in this journey. No, we got 20 good looking people. So you got to be intentional. And once you are intentional, now I got to get you to be vulnerable and open up and talk about you and who you are and who you really are, and not that representative you've been bringing to the table. Throw that out.
Tell us about the female competitors. They seem like they know what they want.
The women know what they want immediately, and they're not for any games. They're not for any foolishness. So once a woman can see that you're not, that you kind of like treading the water and you don't know what you're gonna do, she's gonna call you out on it, and she's gonna be real about it. And it's a lot of calling out on Ready to Love Philadelphia. It's some calling out, so be ready.
This show has been going on for 10 years. What advice do you have for people who are ready for love?
You know what? 10 seasons has been a great journey, and of course, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that approach me saying, "Hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that," and I think oftentimes, man, you got to start with self. And you got to see what you're bringing to the table. Matter of fact, if you step outside of yourself and look at what you're bringing to the table, you have to ask yourself, are you attracted to what you're bringing? And I'm not just talking physically. I'm talking about up here too. What are you what are you mentally bringing to the table? And is that inviting? Does somebody want to talk to you? Do you want to talk to yourself? Let's try it out on yourself first. All right, let's look in the mirror and try it out on self first before we start sprinkling it around on everybody else. Let's see if you're comfortable with you before we move on. And I think a lot of people don't know themselves, man. And you got to know yourself first.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Thomas. We can't wait to see Ready to Love Season 10.
Appreciate you having me. Take care.